unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Are you tired of all the noise and speculation in the news? On Hard Fact, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubra has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Well, it's the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Italy Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Fact. And I'm Maryann Okon, welcoming you to a full show today. I'm so excited because we've got 3 hours all to ourselves. Yes. And of course, I beg to differ is taking a breather because tomorrow, they go again. Well, welcome to the show. If you're listening to us or watching us, well, we're live at facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could join the conversation on WhatsApp or 08095975805, or when the phone lines come on, you will join the conversation. But as usual, we'll start with the big three stories for today. Looking at the stories that are making headlines on our national dailies, the ones that are getting you to talk on social media so they trend, and of course the ones that have debuted here in our news bulletins in the studio, 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Maryann Okon. Welcome to the big three. Are you ready? Let's get into the big stories for today.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
And we are back without further delay. Let's go into the big stories for today. Okay, tax reforms. Let's start with that. Dangerous and is able to ambush and destroy public tertiary institutions, says COESU, and that's the Colleges of Education and Academic Staff Union. And that is actually following up what's been happening in the National Assembly. This is a story also from the Punch newspaper. Tax reform, Tinubu orders review as protest persists in National Assembly. I'd like to, I will have this conversation next week. I'm going to have a former member of the National Assembly, who's I think an APC member, joining us to have this conversation on Wednesday. We'll talk more about this tax reform from a political perspective, because whether we like it or not, looking at what happened at that town hall meeting that was put together by Channels Television a few days ago, there is a huge political part to this tax bill that's on the floor of the National Assembly, whether we like it or not. Whether we want to pander to the gallery or not, there is a political aspect to it. Yes, there are experts upon experts talking about it. There are those who are also interested in this bill because of what they think they can benefit from it. And there's those who also think that they might be shortchanged. And there are those who also have been brainwashed in some way to think that nothing good can come out of this government. Hey, all of those angles will be brought to the table next week. But I did some digging while I was getting ready for the show, and there's several angles to this. The spokesperson for the National Assembly is going to speak on this tax reform bill. Governor Zulum of Borno State, who's spoken on this tax bill, I was unable to bring the clip from the governor of Nasarawa State, who's also a business person, who continues to emphasize on the fact that he's been in the public sector. He understands more about this derivation aspect, which is mostly the core of the contestations across the board. But then I also have Aline Dume, who has Senator Aline Dume, constantly harped on the fact that this bill should be halted. Let's start with Aline Dume, and then we'll go into other things. But welcome to the Big Three. Here's Senator Aline Dume speaking on the tax reform bill.
We pay taxes. So it's not like we are being running away from taxes. We pay taxes. Nigerians, every responsible tax will want to pay tax, but the timing is wrong. That is number one.
Okay.
Number two, there is
so just before you move forward, the timing. When do you?
So that's Aline Dume saying the timing is wrong. Let's move on to Governor Zulum. Professor Babagana Zulum of Borno State. Here's what he said, and this video is courtesy of Channels Television.
Passing it to law. This is our bone of contention. And then people are saying, oh, Professor Zulum is against the presidency. This is a democratic setting. Unless people want us to, to do a garrison democracy. Democracy, we have the right to say. But what we told them is that let us take time and evaluate the efficacy of the tax systems before we pass it into law. That does not mean anything. On that particular day of FEC, I don't want to mention a name. Somebody said, Nelfon is not doing well. I raised question, and I said, no, if there's any one federal government organization that is doing very well, it's Nelfon, as of now in Nigeria. Because up to one university of Maiduguri was paid about 1.2 billion naira. I've never seen this one. Just when I'm coming with my driver, I've seen the level of road construction in FCT. And I also saw the aviation industry, development and agriculture. But it is very important for us to say the right thing. And I am not withdrawing my statement. To my own observation, if this tax bill is being passed, the North should be shortchanged, the Southeast should be shortchanged, South should be shortchanged, as well as the Southwest. The only state that will benefit is Lagos.
Where will all the money go to?
Lagos.
All of this?
Most of them will go to Lagos.
Professor Babagana Zulum, Governor of Borno State there, still talking on the tax reform bill. Now, here is the spokesperson for the National Assembly. And here are a few things he had to get off his chest. Let's start with this one.
Who does not want more money? If the federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Ashwaju, it's saying that the federal government share of this revenue derivation should be reduced, are we not supposed to commend such a president for that level of patriotism? A president ordinarily who should be telling Nigerians that I need more money to be able to carry out more projects is now saying, what do we do to ensure that more money gets to other tiers of government to ensure that we further develop the country?
I'd like to emphasize that these videos are courtesy of Channels Television. Here's the last one.
came before the parliament and they were able to explain it, word by word. What did we do as a parliament? We ensured that every member, got a copy of each of the bill, even before that debate. For instance, today we are going to have the second reading of that bill, of those bills today. And we have already engaged experts. We've already had discussions around it. And after today's debate, we're still going into the next stage, which is, public hearing, to equally invite expert Nigerians and members of the Nigerian Governors Forum, members of the traditional institution, people who may still have, one or two doubts about the bill.
And that's Honorable Philip Agbese, spokesperson for the National Assembly, speaking there. Played you 4 clips, and all of these people have differing opinions on this tax reform bill. Mostly, the Northerners are saying, take this bill out. Let's look at it again. We're not saying you should kill it, but what's the hurry, says Ndume. And I think the national governor also, I couldn't bring his audio clip, also asks, why the hurry? It's great. It's a good thing, but the timing is not right. Well, Lagos, I'm asking, what exactly are your thoughts on this whole tax reform bill and why the whole contestations everywhere? Notice, a lot of people are speaking against it, up against it, but then a lot more people are very quiet. Maybe they support it, but they'd rather support it quietly. But let me cast our minds back quickly before I go to other headlines. Do you remember how this all started? When Wike was a governor, he took the federal government to court. And then the Lagos state government joined in that suit. Fast forward. Here we are. What's wrong with that reform bill? And how many of you have actually read into that, the content of that bill? And of course, are you concerned about the derivation part of it? Like I said, next week, Wednesday, I'm going to have a former member of the National Assembly to come on the show. We're trying to get Alin Dume to join us if he can, since he's very outspoken. Maybe he will help us understand why he and his friends in the north are a bit opposing to this bill, even though, like Governor Zulum has said, he doesn't hate the president. This is not a fight against the president. These are members of the All Progressive Congress. They want the country to work, but they think that they will be shortchanged. It's a lot. But let's move away from that quickly. Let's go to other big stories. Let's talk about Emefieles. Do you remember that? The block of flats, those buildings, the 753 duplex estates. Emefieles and his cronies, we hear, acquired those estates with forex kickbacks. This is what the EFCC say. How many more Emefieles are out there walking free? I mean, because Emefieles seems to be the scapegoat here. Great thing. But how many more are walking free? You know how much pressure we had to put on the EFCC to get to get them to be serious about the former Kogi governor. How many of these guys are falling through the cracks? And finally, the NBA is condemning the arrest of Lagos lawyer Dele Farotimi. I do have a video. I'm going to be playing that video of Dele's arrest. But the bigger question is, how come Dele is being arrested in Lagos and taken to Ekiti State? Could it be because, the law in Lagos is not tight, has no grip in terms of libel? But why take him out of his jurisdiction to Ekiti State? These are the questions that are being asked. There's a video of Dele Farotimi being led out of his premises here in Lagos by security operatives, and that video is all over social media. We obtained this video from Channels Television today. I'll just play that video so you can take a look at it. But these are the big stories that we're tracking this afternoon. How many more Emefieles are walking free with financial crimes hanging over their head? And what are your concerns about this arrest of Dele Farotimi, Lagos lawyer? And of course, what's the reason for the persistent protests against the tax reform bill? On our live stream now, you could watch Dele being walked out of his premises by security operatives. It's playing right now on our live stream. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join the conversation. The phone lines are open. 0201 277 0993. Welcome to the Big Three. 0201 465 7190. Or you can join the conversation on WhatsApp. 0809 5975 805. 60 seconds is all you have. Go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Pastor Ladipo.
Pastor Ladipo, thank you for joining us. Go ahead, please.
Now, Maryann, you see, the Nigerians of today, all we need to do is just maintain your lane, or else there will be another Dele Farotimi that will be pulled on you.
Farotimi.
Farotimi, do you know how many people have disappeared like that? It's because of his kind of person. That is why the thing is making a lot of noise. And for the tax reform bill, let them allow them to do it. Let them allow them.
Who's them? Who's allowing them? What are you talking about?
The northern governors that are protesting against it, let them allow it to go by. Let's see what comes out of it. Lastly, for the how many Emefieles do we know that is working free? There are many. Nigeria today, you see people become billionaire overnight, and you dare not question how they become rich. Everybody takes advantage of anybody that comes their way. So we oppress each other in one way or the other. That is why everybody wants to get rich.
All right.
At the cost of anybody.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ladipo, for calling. I've got just a quick minute. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Tunde from Isashi.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there is no time that they can't reform tax. It is not time for them to reform tax. They can reform tax now. We need tax reform in this country. We are paying much higher tax. Even the poor are the ones paying the much higher tax. So there is time to reform. They can reform tax by now. It's time to reform tax. And for the Emefieles on the duplex, to building. For somebody to have 752, 53 duplex and some other houses there, that means it could be up to 1,000 apartments there. There is corruption in this country. And for EFCC to be hiding the name of the owner, that means EFCC too, they are corrupt. Everybody is corrupt in this country. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Well, if you're just joining us, program is Hard Facts. So these are the big three stories for today. NBA condemning the arrest of Dele Farotimi. Tax reform bills, of course. The president has asked that the Senate, look into the Senate and the judiciary to review this bill as protest continues in the National Assembly. And, of course, that building that we're all shouting about, Emefieles and his cronies, according to the EFCC, own that property from some kickbacks. Welcome to Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
This is Hard Facts.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined point. You have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player, don't talk to two players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. I want to tell you, well done. You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3#. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3#. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
5 years of getting young boys and girls off the streets with football at their feet, giving them a platform of expression and education. But we are not done yet. Introducing Cohesion Football Tournament 6.0. Lagos, Nigeria. Get ready for a grassroots football tournament that makes all the difference, as 40 male teams and 4 female teams will battle for a chance to become champions. Date 17th and 18th December 2024. Venue Union Bank Stable, Surulere, Lagos. Media partners Super Sports, Nigeria Info and Kids FM. For sponsorship inquiries and partnership, please call 0808 2665-717. Sponsors Nortina, Firewood Jollof, Shredder Gang, Refreshed by Milo. Headline sponsor Viva Detergent. Cohesion Football Tournament. The youth, the stars, the future.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts.
Yes, it is. 27 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to Hard Facts. These are the big 3 stories for today. Tax reform, Tinubu orders review as protests persist in National Assembly. Still on the tax reforms, the College of Education Academic Staff Union is saying that this tax reform is dangerous and an ambush to destroy public tertiary institutions. Well, I did play you some clips. I will go back to playing those clips in a bit. Still talking about what several people who've spoken up against this bill have said and why they have said what they've said. But also looking at the stories coming from the EFCC, they're saying that building or those buildings you saw, massive landed property, belongs to Emefieles and his cronies because they acquired these 753 duplex estates with forex kickbacks. Yeah, the FCC said it. Who are his cronies? Can you name and shame, please? And finally, the NBA condemns the arrest of Lagos lawyer Dele Farotimi and the invasion of his house. I want to play that video again for those of you who are watching on YouTube, so you can see there's a CCTV camera video of law enforcement taking him from his home, to Ekiti State. That's Dele Farotimi in white, leaving his home with security operatives, armed security operatives, by the way. But the question is, why not arrest him and take him to the Lagos Police Command? Why take him to Ekiti? That's the basic question. Even though the Ekiti Police Command is giving us a statement, but you arrested him in Lagos. Why did you take him to Ekiti? Because Lagos's law against libel is nothing. It's squashed. So you took him to Ekiti. I don't know. But we have Femi Falana speaking out on this particular issue. But if you're watching that video, thank goodness he did have CCTV cameras in his home. He wasn't rough-handled in any way, by the way. We can see him walking and talking with security operatives. And he's in custody of Ekiti Police Command. The commissioner spoke on this incident recently. We've had it in our news bulletins. But we'd like to hear your thoughts and comments on all of these stories. 60 seconds is all you have. 0201 277 0993. That's 0201 277 0993 if you are a male. For the ladies, 0201 465 7190. That's 0201 465-7190. And on WhatsApp, you can send me a message. It's 080-959-75805. You can call via Skype if you're listening from outside of the country. We are Nigeria Info FM. Let's go to the phone lines, Lagos. Let's talk. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Apologies, do call me back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello? All right, call me back if that was you. Hello?
Hi, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mm-hmm. Rapru is my name.
Rapru, go ahead, please.
Well, this tax reform bill, man, Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians have been paying tax, and it's a good thing, for development. But the question I'm asking, we've been paying tax, and what is the impact in this, our nation? We're still battling with hunger and starvation, because I know recently import duties rise up, it's high to the highest from 5 million to 45 million, 40 million, as the case may be. What is the impact of these taxes on Nigerians? That's my question, and I continue to ask it.
This is a question that you can ask Taiwo, not me, obviously, and then you can ask your governors and your senators and your president.
I can ask anybody as well. Well, for people like Emefieles, this kind of people are taking more than required. They embezzle public funds without fear of favor. I mean, causing a lot of damages in this country, bringing hardship and hunger and starvation in this country. Look at 753 duplexes, and some people are battling to eat 2 square meals, and they're battling to have a room apartment. Where they will, lay their head with their family.
Thank you very much for calling. I have to take all the calls. 60 seconds is all you have, so please go straight to the point. Hello.
Hello, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
My name is Dampi from Igondo.
Go ahead, Dampi.
I thought that this government said they generate a lot of billions of dollars from since when they came in. So why are they still taxing? They are not providing any job.
But there's no law against taxing.
Let me tell you something. You cannot be taxing people when you did not give them any job. How do you want them to pay? Do you want them to pay with their blood? You are busy banning different company. You are banning different shop, blocking a pure water, blocking a Okada, different things. And you did not create any job for people. You are busy taxing. Everything, taxing. Transportation, hardship, insecurity, taxing, no hardship, everything, taxing. You bought a private jet of 200 and something passengers, and you are calling it a private jet, and you are busy taxing people.
Thank you very much for calling.
You do look at government.
Thank you, Dumpy, for calling. Appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Fact.
Good evening, our Maryann Okon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is Godwin calling from Bakwe.
Go ahead.
Thank you. If I may ask, are we in a democracy or meritocracy? That the freedom of Nigerians are now impregnated freedom under the APC government, especially this government that came under whatever level protest and whatever during the past administration. The record will bring the truth out later. For Emefieles, is there any difference between him and the Boko Haram and the bandits in the north? With the atrocity, that man and many other Emefieles that are yet to be exposed among these rulers that are wicked, evil-minded, that their mission in this country is only to pack what belongs to our generation yet to born for themselves alone. Are they okay at all?
All right. Thank you very much, Godwin, for calling.
For a test of their thinking.
All right. Thank you for calling. 60 seconds. I don't want to cut you mid your statement. So 60 seconds, make your point, go straight to it. Christopher is calling us from Ikoyi.
Action lady, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chris. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Quick one. Emefieles, I will not pity him. He didn't listen to my advice. I asked him to resign. You're a professional, you have a good job. But just because he's helping himself, look at where he finds himself today. If he likes, let him mention those cronies or whoever. He will drown alone if he didn't mention those names. He will drown alone. And
who's to say that he hasn't? I mean, it would be. I'm guessing it would be the. It might just be the EFCC who's not telling us. I'm just saying, if he did say these names and some of these names were people who still are in government, do you think anything would happen?
No, at least let him say it, so we know the cronies now.
To who? He's not gonna have a press briefing. He's in custody. He's obviously going to tell the people that are overseeing his custody, the EFCC,
so no
the
pressman
DSS.
can go there and they interview him.
Interesting. Would you like to try on our behalf?
Mention the cronies. How can EFCC say Emefieles and cronies?
Would you like to try on our behalf?
You know what is going on, eh? All these things they are doing is just to buy time.
Okay.
You know that thing they normally do, where they say keep some, then you release some.
Pre-bargain. Okay.
That grammar. That's what will end this thing, I'm telling you.
All right,
because
Chris.
They themselves who
Thank
are
you.
prosecuting this man. Are they clean?
Thank you very much for calling, Chris. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
My name is Philip. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Go ahead, Philip.
The issue of tax, there's nothing bad in tax. But, there is no enabling ground for people to drive. If there's no SMEs growing, this tax no work. They will talk all this until every time, but the implementation will be the problem. People are crying on the street. No money, no food. People are crying. How can they do business? Even me, I'm talking to you now, I've granted my business because I cannot afford to continue. I have stopped completely. Now, they're bringing up tax everywhere. Now, people are shouting.
But do you know that one of the most interesting things about this, one of the things in this tax reform is that people who earn a certain amount of money will not necessarily have to pay taxes because of their income. So if you have low income, you don't necessarily have to pay taxes.
But, the business is down already. Drowned already. How can they come up? You have to give enabling ground for them to come up. For even, let's say, 3 years, for the SMEs to grow before you start taxing them. But now, no business, no food, you are taxing. You're thinking, yes, it's a good one, but give enabling ground for them to start first. Let us eat before we talk of business, before we talk of taxing.
Okay.
That's my own idea. It's a nice one.
Thank you.
Let's first.
Thank you very much. So create the enabling environment, let the businesses thrive, and then you start taxing them. This is one of those things that I think Aline Dume said earlier on when he started this push against this bill. He said, this is not what Nigerians need right now. But I'm saying, but this is also detail for what happened with the PIB bill. You know, we went forward, we came back. It took a while, though. But then the other questions that certain people are asking, the curious minds are asking is, if they're saying that they should pull out the bill for now, come back and do some more consultations and look at it again, is this not a way to kill that bill? Is there a possibility that that bill will be able to come back to the floor? Or is this not something that might just kill the bill? Let's go back to the spokesperson rather, for the National Assembly, Philip Agbese. Let's listen to Governor Zulum again. And of course, let's listen to Aline Dume. Let's start with Aline Dume and then we'll watch the rest. Let's take a listen to Senator Aline Dume on this one.
It's not like we are being running away from taxes. We pay taxes. Nigerians, every responsible tax will want to pay tax, but the timing is wrong. That is number one.
Okay.
Number two,
so just before you move forward,
so he's saying the timing is wrong. That's Aline Dume. Let's go to Governor Zulum of Borno State.
Passing it to law. This is our bone of contention. And then people are saying, oh, Professor Zulum is against the presidency. This is a democratic setting. Unless people want us to, to do a garrison democracy. Democracy, we have the right to say. But what we told them is that let us take time and evaluate the efficacy of the tax systems before we pass it into law. That does not mean anything. On that particular day of FEC, I don't want to mention a name. Somebody said, Nelfon is not doing well. I raised question, and I said, no, if there's any one federal government organization that is doing very well, it's Nelfon, as of now in Nigeria. Because up to One university in Maiduguri, one university of Maiduguri was paid about 1.2 billion naira. I've never seen this one. Just when I'm coming with my driver, I've seen the level of road construction in FCT. And I also saw the aviation industry, development and agriculture. But it is very important for us to say the right thing. And I am not withdrawing my statement. To my own observation, if this tax bill is being passed, the North should be shortchanged, the Southeast should be shortchanged, South-South should be shortchanged, as well as the Southwest. The only state that will benefit is Lagos. Where will all the money?
So he's saying that if this bill is passed, the North will be shortchanged, the South will be shortchanged, the Southeast will be shortchanged. In fact, he says only Lagos will benefit. Let's go to Philip Agbese, Honorable Philip Agbese, who is the spokesperson for the National Assembly.
Who does not want more money? If the federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Ashwaju, is saying that the federal government share of this revenue derivation should be reduced, are we not supposed to commend such a president for that level of patriotism? A president ordinarily who should be telling Nigerians that I need more money to be able to carry out more projects is now saying, what do we do to ensure that more money gets to other tiers of government to ensure that we further develop the country?
Well, let's talk. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. On WhatsApp, it's 08095975-805. You've heard the dissenting voices. In fact, Mr. President has asked that the National Assembly review this bill as protests persist in the National Assembly. Don't forget, it's not just the northern governors and the traditional rulers or the northern leaders. Also, the National Economic Council spoke up against it. I remember the man who read the statement to the press on behalf of the National Economic Council was Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State. So again, what exactly in this bill is causing this kind of agitation? And if there are people who are going to benefit from these taxes, especially for those who are low-income earners, should this not be a welcome development? Hey, let's talk. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Yes, what's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Usman.
Usman, your line is breaking, but go ahead. Let's try.
Okay, good afternoon. See, this country, what is about this country? Sometimes people sit down, they say Nigeria, I say across. See, they need to probe that region. Because the money they provide regime, what it means that the money they collect, they need to probe all of the people, all of them, money they have. Emefieles the lay work. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Your line is very problematic, Usman. So I'm going to let you go. But I think I got the gist of the matter. You're saying the Buhari administration and all those who worked with it need to be probed. Okay. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Jamie.
Good afternoon.
This tax reform, I think the intricacies are not really known yet. Probably as the time goes on, this back and forth would end. So it's supposed to favor the poor, but then I don't know why everybody's bickering about it. Like I said, as time goes on, we'll know if it will truly favor the poor or not. Well, on Emefieles case, well, like you said in your intro, yeah, and there are many Emefieles everywhere. Like the person you way we see, now we see. But I don't know why everything is shrouded in secrecy. Until people blotted out, people spoke out, and then you bring out his identity. So if EFCC is chasing criminals or tricksters that have stolen the Commonwealth, I think they should come out with their full chest. If they have no skeleton, they are all covered. It's even right I will start checking out EFCC. On Dele Farotimi's arrest, you can never shush people into silence.
All right.
The voice of the media is powerful.
Thank you very much for calling.
Is powerful. We can't shush them into silence.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I'll take one last call and then read all your WhatsApp messages. Igwe Victor is calling us from Lagos. Igwe, turn off your radio, please.
is already up. Good afternoon from here, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. If we look at the secrecy involved in non-disclosure of the person from the EFCC at the beginning unfolding of this event, you will begin to wrap your mind around corruption, fighting corruption, because I think the richest people in Nigeria are those people who had headed this umpire called EFCC. Why was the reason for them not to disclose the owner of that particular building in the first place? Because I believe it is a case of, if you don't want to speak now, remain silent forever. And that is how we see cases where loot being relooted. Then on Farotimi, they should release him because he's been long with some people who had voiced out on issues bedeviling the country like Emefieles used to do. They should leave him for us. I don't know why they should carry him.
You see, I have a problem with us having this mindset that, Dele Farotimi is there's something political about it, or maybe it's the government that's. We have to be clear on that story. He put out a book. Allegedly, in the book, he made some statements that were untrue. Hence, a petition was written. That's why he is being arrested. But now the question is, why was he taken to Ekiti State? So let's not make it look like, they should release him for him. Release him for us.
Yes, Maryann.
We need to follow the details and the facts of this case. Let's not be emotional about our conversation.
He's not being emotional. Is it not subversion of justice that they should try to violate the jurisdiction of where the crime was committed and they want to take him out of Lagos? What is the brain behind that? Is it not to manipulate issues and make it look like or to make sure they hook him up?
Okay.
If crime is committed in Lagos, they should try him in Lagos, not taking him to his state. That is what I mean.
All right. Thank you very much, Igwe. Let me read some messages coming in on WhatsApp. And if you're watching our live stream on YouTube and on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM, join the conversation. I'd like to hear from you. All right. On WhatsApp here, someone says, hold on, please. Something is in my throat. Right from Lekki saying, my concerns about Dele Farotimi's arrest is that Nigeria is heading towards a dark day where any dissenting voice will be suffocated. Oh my God, there's something in my throat. All right, well, he says the police personnel are now errand boys to the so-called big men. The country is now a swamp of evil. Okay, right. This one says the tax reform bill is unfavorable to the higher income earners, which are the National Assembly members. Ahmed from Ikorodu. Okay. This is from Derek Titus in Ajegunle. He says, good afternoon, Maryann. We have a lot of Emefieles walking out there. One is our Senate President, Akpabio, former Minister of Interior, the one that launched Nigeria Air, Hadi Sirika. Buhari is not left out also. Yaya Bello is still out there flexing. Oga Minister of FCT is another Emefiele. He says, I'm tired. Okay, Derek. This one here says, on the tax reforms, you mean reforms, not refund. Why does the North want to reap where it did not plant? And I pray Mr. President will not yield to their demand. Okay, Joseph, thank you for your message. Kayode from Ikotun says, the police arrests for a suspect is based on signal received from one command to another command within the Nigeria Police. The police confirmed the arrest based on signal received from Ekiti State Police Command to Lagos State Police Command. Okay. Kayode, thank you. If not because of Shore that exposed the name of Emefieles, I don't know why EFCC is shielding his name. There are so many unconvicted undergraduate internet fraudsters that EFCC are quick to expose their faces in the media. Maryann, where are the people that are shouting media trial? From Afiz in Alagbado. Thank you, Afiz. Some more messages coming in here. This one says, it's unfortunate that Emefieles becomes a weeping boy because of his lack of experience in Nigeria's politics. Nigerians have forgotten that Emefieles was once the managing director of Zenith Bank for many years. Before he became the MD, he had occupied senior management position. He just played into the hands of politicians who were more guilty than Emefieles himself. Nobody would have touched him if he had been on the good side of the powers that be. I've got 2 minutes on the clock. Let me read some more messages as they come in. This one says, good afternoon, Maryann. Is Governor Zulum the spokesperson of the Southeast, the Southwest governors now? The governors Zulum is referring to are not bitter as he is. Why is he crying more than the bereaved? By the way, do governors in states consult widely before coming up with new laws? And they say, apparently, during that town hall meeting, one of the things that I picked when the former Speaker of the House of Representatives was there, he said, he asked the question. He said, well, he's not challenging the governors, but he's just asking. The governors who are asking that consultations be done, how many of these governors consult statewide before they take actions in their state? It was a valid question. It was. And those say thank you for your message. Oluwadami Larry here says, I agree with the president on the VAT. I'm sure you mean we all need to embrace it because this will favor the poor. Okay, thank you. Okbeka Inde here says, kudos to the president for the tax bill by directing the Attorney General to look into the tax bill. Kudos to the selfish northern politicians and their traditional rulers for the anti-tax bill, but a big shame to all our gullible southern political leaders and our traditional leaders for keeping quiet when heavens fall. No one will be spared. They should keep their hypocrisy. If we cannot fix it, let's go our separate ways. Okay, what does that even mean? Why are you mixing things? Huh? Okay. What's the meaning of this? Anyway, Robert here says the only way to stop corruption in Nigeria is to kill anybody that steals public funds. If that is not done, Maryann, corruption will continue. We're not serious yet to put a stop to corruption. Ask the people of China how far. This one says, hi Maryann, this new tax, whatever, makes no sense. Yet you get oil from rivers and distribute to all states, but you want to keep Lagos VAT in Lagos? They are jokers. Why not let rivers people keep their oil proceeds too? Valid point. And the argument will continue. This one says, Jake from Surulere says, with glaring show of shame displayed by the police and lawyers with regards to the miners, how are we even sure that the Russian flags... sorry, that message is old. Jake, I was worried. He says the tax reform bill is an excellent piece of work. However, it is what the reform bill is not saying that is the problem: implementation. Recall that the officials of the Lagos state government were on your station last year with stories harmonizing tax tickets by Danfo drivers into a single 800 naira daily. What is the situation today? I can squeeze in one more message before we go on a break. Someone says, please don't conclude what Farotimi said in his book is untrue. I did not conclude. I'm saying the fact is that many people are saying, oh, it's the government that's arrested him. Stick to the facts. There's an allegation that he wrote a book and some things in the book were untrue. Allegations. Until the investigations are thoroughly done, we can't say that, oh, it's the government or it's... We have to stick to the facts. We're going to go on a quick break, Lagos. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up here. On the other hour, we're going to be talking about the defense headquarters, the army, and the truth behind the fight against insecurity.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this. It's that time of the week again. Are you ready to dive into the wide world of news? Join us for the Hard Fact Awards every Friday at 3 to 4 p.m. on Nigeria Info FM. We are breaking down the best, the worst, and the downright Nawa stories that had everyone talking this week.
No, wow. Some people can do zero.
From jaw-dropping headlines to the most outrageous events, we've got it all covered.
And y'all know how we do it, so let's get it on.
Tune in as we celebrate the stories that make you laugh, cry, and shake your head in disbelief. Whether it's the latest viral sensation or the craziest political blunder,
we are going to provide you with insecurity.
We'll give you the rundown on what's hot and what's not.
And guess what? You get to vote for your favorite stories in our weekly awards. Who will take home the coveted title of the best stories of the week? And which tale will earn the infamous worst story of the week? Hard Facts Awards on Nigeria Info FM, where we turn the news into entertainment.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
This is Hard Facts.
I've got 2 minutes. I can take one quick call and then read the rest of your messages on Twitter and on WhatsApp. Hello? Hello? All right, call me back when you're ready. Someone here says that this tax bill is not as open as it should be. People are afraid it will be another alphabeta situation. If Dele Farotimi is guilty, let him be prosecuted fairly. On EFCC and alleged owners of the estate, let names be unveiled. What happened to Ayoke's money in Ikoyi? This is from Ayo. This one says, my name is Ocheja Jaffers. Fighting corruption in Nigeria is not going to work. Why am I saying this? At the end of everything, those that EFCC are claiming to probe nothing is going to happen at the end of the day. Oh, God bless this nation, he says. Thank you. This one's from Owolabi from Sabo. He says, good afternoon. What we should also discuss is how those houses will be put to good benefits to the citizens before some of them share it among themselves and we all forget about it. Nigeria is a very interesting country. Yeah. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Sorry about that. I can take one more call. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My sister, Uzoma.
Uzoma, you have 52 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, Maryann. This tax. I hope you don't consign us. So please let them tax the politicians. Let them pay.
It concerns everybody. No, don't say that too. Sorry, it concerns everybody.
There is nothing they are doing for us. So is there anything they are doing? What is this government doing for us anyway? To start with, and that house is they are talking about that estate. See, we are only shouting, hey, hey, how? After this time, what happens to it? We don't go hear about it again. What happened? No, how it is shared, how it is, whatever happens to it, we will not hear it again.
Okay.
Maybe they shout, hey, all the same thing at 10 pence. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for calling. I do appreciate it. All right. Well, let me read some more messages and then we're going to bring you the news. Yvonne is here already with the news at the top of the hour. But let's look at this. Okay. I'm trying to filter through these messages. Okay. I'll just read it from my phone because we don't have time. Yeah, Yvonne, come and read your news. On the other side of the clock, we're going to be talking about the defense headquarters arresting a man that they told us they killed last year. It's interesting. How can we trust the fight against insecurity if there is a trust deficit? We'll talk about it on the other side of the clock. Yvonne is here with the news.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.